Hi, my name is Samantha Hirschberger. This is my final critical reflection for my observation hours that I did in an early childhood setting, high school setting, and elementary setting. I learned so much through these observations. I'm a new SPED teacher coming from the world of being a gen ed early childhood and gen ed kindergarten teacher, and I really didn't know what to expect, or I think I had an idea of what I would see and observe, and what I did see and observe was so much different and opened my eyes in so many ways. So I'm really glad I had this opportunity. One of the neatest things that I saw was in the early childhood setting, and really just how much culture this teacher brought to her room, and how she really just expanded knowledge and acceptance in her classroom. And about half of her students had an exceptionality, whether it be a mild developmental delay or some kiddos that had some pretty significant medical conditions, and just how she really built community in her room, and how all these, teeny tiny bodies were learning acceptance and friendships at a young age. And even more than the content she was teaching, they were learning life skills and how to be friends. And it was really cool, and how flexible the SPED team had to be coming in and out of these rooms and pulling kids kind of at odd times, or doing groups with them in the gen ed population. It was really neat. In the elementary setting, although I work at this building, I learned so much watching a few of the teachers that have been there for a few years, and just how they build independence in their older kids, and how they are teaching them to ask for help and giving them resources to do things on their own. I thought that was really neat. And in my last placement, I observed in an emotional behavior room at the high school, and I think I went in with kind of this idea that it would be a very stark, kind of closed in room with rigid rules, and it really wasn't that at all. That room I really liked. Although it was over a video observation, this environment was so calming and focused on the whole child, and really kind of digging in deep to what was causing these root behaviors, and not just criticizing them or making them follow rules and doing things over and over. These teachers and paras really cared about their students in this classroom, and really wanted them to succeed, and didn't push them beyond their limits. And it truly was a family. And although some of these students are still exhibiting some severe behaviors, I fully believe that this was a place where they felt safe and comfortable, and were able to learn. Some of my biggest takeaways were that I can be more creative in my teaching, and I can just kind of expand my knowledge more and more. I think that I focus so much on my students' goals and the academic side of it, that I have not been able to have that much fun in my teaching. And seeing some of these strategies that these teachers use really opened my eyes to how creative I can be, and really how much I can push in more in their classrooms instead of just the resource room, and making that learning environment for them accommodating. So I'm definitely going to take some of that into my practice moving forward. And then planning to use what I learn, I have written notes and notes and notes on how I can apply some of these. This is my first full year in SPED at all, and it has been extremely overwhelming, but these observations really have done wonders for me, and showing me, just how vast and wide the world of SPED is, and how many resources and teachers there are, and how much support there is for me. So a few things I plan to learn is to, as far as my classroom goes, I'm going to add in some like live plants and more light covers, and make it more inviting. I'm going to work on my collaboration with my gen ed teachers. I think that's really important. I learned a lot about reinforcement surveys for my students, and how to really keep them motivated. And then even management, as far as my paras go, how to communicate and manage and take away feedback that they have because they're with the kiddos so much. I also learned a lot about data tracking, and how these teachers really use their gen ed co-parts and paras to help them with their data, and really focusing on the child as a whole. So I think that's all I have, but I really, really enjoyed my time in experiences in these classrooms, and I'm definitely going to put forth what I learned. Thank you.